see at least by February 12th, I believe they said.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Beautiful journey.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Just amazing. You like the snow? That is a measured response.
My wife and I were looking.
You should run for office.
We like looking at it from the couch, looking out the window,
Yeah.
but not shoveling it, especially when the snow's kind of wet and heavy. Like
Yeah,
the snow is
yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
dense. It's
A
kind of
little
dense, and that's going to hold down accumulations a little bit from what they could have been. And had it been a really dry, powdery snow, we would have been talking about several more inches than what we're predicting right now. But here's a look over towards Central Park. You see those pretty snowflakes coming down right now, 32 degrees. Light wind out there too. At least we don't have a lot of wind to deal with this storm. 31 at Teterboro right now, 32 at White Plains. You're 32 even at JFK Airport, but you are above freezing down the shore where you've been getting mainly rain the past hour or so. You're right near the freezing mark on the island, squarely below freezing though north and west where you've been getting all snow and accumulating snow at that. So here's our radar showing the steadiest snow band right now, kind of leaving Manhattan, moving into Brooklyn, Queens, and Nassau County, extending up into parts of Fairfield County, Connecticut. This extends down into parts of Monmouth County, New Jersey. And speaking of New Jersey, that's where we've gotten a lot of the snowfall reports so far. How about up into Sussex, New Jersey, 1.2 inches. Hapatcong in southern Sussex County, 1.7 inches. And Cranberry, how about southern Middlesex County there, checking in with 1.9, almost 2 inches of snow there. So we get a little bit of a lull in the action where the intensity of snowfall is not that great right through the early part of the afternoon. And then it begins to ramp up again mid to late afternoon. Look at by 3 p.m. the radars start lighting up over New Jersey, and then that kind of overspreads the rest of the area as we head into the early part of the evening. And more importantly, the temperature will be falling as the sun goes down. So that means roads will be becoming extra treacherous into the early part of the evening. You get lower visibility because it's dark anyway, and then you get the snow coming down hard, the slippery roads out there. By 11 p.m., still maybe some snowflakes lingering in the city and onto Long Island. And then after midnight, everything kind of exiting off to the east. Very cold overnight, dipping down to about 25 or so in the city, teens in many of the suburbs. And that means any standing water will freeze solid into patches of black ice overnight into early tomorrow morning. Some sunshine to start tomorrow, clouds in the afternoon ahead of our next cold front moving in. This will move through as a dry frontal passage, but more importantly, behind it, much colder into tomorrow night, into the day on Tuesday. We're talking about numbers tomorrow night into early Tuesday, dipping down into the upper teens, even some single numbers well north and west. In the meantime, snowfall accumulation in general 1 to 3 inches, leaning more toward the higher end of that range, more toward 3 inches. And that 3 to 6 inch band is mighty close. That's up over New England, not too far from our viewing area. So I would not be surprised, Fairfield County, Westchester, Putnam, into Dutchess, those areas may be getting up and over 3 inches of snow because they're closer to that band. So cloudy with snow for New York City and points north and west through today. It's periods of snow. Again, that lull around midday and then ramping back up again later on this afternoon. Mixing with rain and having a hard time accumulating right along the coast to the south and east of New York City, right down along the immediate Jersey shore and along the south shore of Long Island, that high getting up to about 34. Snow tapering off late this evening and then clouds breaking. That storm total, a general 1 to 3 inches, again leaning toward the 3. 25 for a low overnight tonight. Tomorrow, it's sun and a few clouds, brisk and cold out there, becoming pretty windy with gusts up to about 30 miles per hour. And then even colder, truly Arctic air arriving tomorrow night into Tuesday. That 36 tomorrow, we cut it in half for a low tomorrow night down to 18. Only 25 on Tuesday, maybe a rain or snow shower Thursday, and then more Arctic air as we head into next week. And Eyewitness News returns after the break.
The White House threatens to invoke the Insurrection Act in Minneapolis. More than 2,500 protesters killed in Iran. What happens next? This morning on ABC's This Week.
Join us for This Week. This morning starting at 10 a.m.